She had exactly 6 hours left. 6 hours before the shelter would have to make the decision nobody wanted to make. 6 hours before a tiny orange kitten with wide, frightened eyes would run out of time. Nobody had come for her, not in 2 weeks, not once. And in a shelter that was already overflowing, that meant her clock was running out fast. I didn't know any of this when I walked in that morning. I wasn't even planning to adopt. I just wanted to look. That's what I told myself anyway. But then I saw her. She was pressed into the back corner of a metal cage, so small she barely took up half of it, shaking even though the room wasn't cold. Her fur was matted in patches, her ribs showed faintly beneath the orange and white, and her eyes, God, her eyes, followed me the second I stepped closer, wide and wary, like she already knew what waiting rooms like this one usually meant. A volunteer walked past with a clipboard. I asked about her, just out of curiosity. "She's actually scheduled for this afternoon," the woman said quietly, not quite meeting my eyes. "We're full. We've held on as long as we could." I felt something drop in my chest. "Scheduled for what?" I asked, even though I already knew. She didn't answer directly. She didn't have to. I stood there for a long moment, staring at this kitten who had no idea her entire existence was about to be decided by a clock on a wall. She wasn't crying, she wasn't fighting the bars, she had simply gone still, the way creatures do when they've stopped expecting anything good to happen to them. That stillness broke something in me. "I'll take her, right now, today." The paperwork took 40 minutes. It felt like 40 years. When they finally placed her in my arms, she didn't relax. She didn't melt into me the way rescue videos always promise. She went rigid, claws pressed lightly into my sleeve, eyes darting toward every sound, every shadow, every stranger walking by. She had been let down before. Her body remembered that, even if she couldn't explain it. I named her Willow because she reminded me of something bent by wind, but never quite broken. The first few nights at home were hard. She hid behind the water heater in the laundry room, and no amount of coaxing, no soft food, no gentle voice could pull her out. I'd sit on the floor a few feet away, not reaching for her, just letting her see that I wasn't leaving. Sometimes I read out loud. Sometimes I just sat in silence. She watched me from the shadows, unmoving, like she was still waiting for the moment I'd change my mind. I kept thinking about that afternoon. 6 hours. That's all the time she'd had left. 6 hours between a life and nothing at all. It didn't feel real, even though I'd stood in that room myself. On the 4th night, something shifted. I was lying on the couch, half asleep, when I felt the faintest weight settle near my feet. I opened my eyes slowly, careful not to startle her. Willow had crept out from behind the water heater, crossed the entire living room in silence, and curled herself into the smallest possible shape against my ankle. She wasn't touching me directly, just close, just near enough to feel my warmth. I didn't move for almost an hour. My leg went numb. I didn't care. If you've made it this far, you clearly love stories like this one. Please hit subscribe. It genuinely means more than you know, and it helps stories like Willow's reach more people who need to hear them. After that night, everything changed slowly, quietly, the way real trust always does. She started sleeping closer, first near my feet, then against my leg, then eventually curled into the crook of my arm like she'd been doing it her whole life. She learned the sound of my keys in the door and would wait by the entrance, tail flicking with something that almost looked like joy. She learned that the vacuum wasn't a threat, that loud laughter didn't mean danger, that closing a door didn't mean someone was about to disappear forever. By the 3rd week, she had a favorite spot on the windowsill where the afternoon sun pooled across the carpet. She'd stretch out there for hours, completely unguarded, belly exposed, paws twitching in dreams. I'd never seen an animal look so at peace, and every time I caught her like that, I thought about the version of her I'd met in that cage, the one who had already stopped hoping. Then came the night I wasn't prepared for. I'd fallen asleep on the couch with the television still murmuring in the background. I woke sometime after midnight to a small, steady weight pressed against my chest, rising and falling with my breathing. Willow had climbed up while I slept, tucked herself directly against my heartbeat, and stayed there. She wasn't hiding anymore. She wasn't watching the door. She was simply present, fully, completely, like she finally believed this was hers to keep. I lay there in the dark for a long time, just listening to her breathe. Weeks turned into months, and Willow became someone entirely different from the trembling kitten in that shelter cage. She grew bold, she grew loud in the best way, demanding attention with sharp little meows the moment I sat down at my desk. She started sleeping in my arms every single night, not out of fear, not out of survival instinct, but out of choice. She chose me the same way I had chosen her, except she did it slowly, carefully, on her own terms, once she was finally sure it was safe. There's a photo I keep coming back to. It's Willow curled against my chest, eyes half closed, one small paw resting against my hand like she's holding on, even in sleep. I look at that photo and I think about the 6 hours she almost didn't have. 6 hours that would have ended everything before it even began. She never got the chance to know how close it came. She just knows that somebody stayed, that somebody sat on the floor near the water heater, that somebody didn't leave when she hid and didn't push when she wasn't ready and was simply there again and again until she finally believed it. That's the thing nobody tells you about rescue animals. They don't arrive healed. They arrive carrying everything, every closed door, every empty cage, every person who walked past without stopping. And healing doesn't happen because you want it to. It happens in inches, in small, quiet moments you almost miss if you're not paying attention. Willow taught me that presence is its own kind of love. Not grand gestures, not perfect timing, just showing up day after day until trust has somewhere safe to land. She sleeps in my arms every night now, not because she has to, because she wants to. And every time she curls in close, I remember how close we came to never having this at all. If this story moved you, share it with someone who needs a reminder that showing up matters more than saying the right words. Some stories are too important to keep to yourself. And if you're ever standing in a shelter, looking at an animal that's run out of time, remember Willow. Remember that sometimes the ones nobody chooses are exactly the ones who end up choosing you back, completely, forever, the moment they finally feel safe enough to try. So tell me, do you think animals know when they've been saved, or do they simply learn slowly that this time staying is allowed? I'd love to hear what you think in the comments.